welcome to the After Hours Experience. I am TC Restani, your host, and I'm here with my esteemed panel of experts. I'm going to go around the horn and introduce them. The one and the only Strangler Steve. What's happening, Strangler Steve?
Hey, buddy, it's good to see you. You look great. It's been a little while since we saw each other. I'm glad we're back in the studio getting ready to cut another podcast. You look fantastic. You've been working out?
Obviously.
I can tell. A lot of time I spent on the treadmill?
Too many times on the treadmill.
I hear that, brother. I've been doing the same thing, walking a lot lately and trying to do the low-carb thing myself.
Unbelievable. Hollywood Joel is down there. What's happening, Hollywood?
Thank you, sir. What's happening with you? How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. I just want to give a special shout-out to the Strangler Steve's mom.
Hey, my
she
mom.
put, you know what she came along and she did? She put cancer in a stranglehold.
That's right, she
right.
did. She put a headlock on the big C.
That's right. She's halfway through her treatment of 18 weeks of chemo. Mom, I'm glad you're doing great. You look fantastic, and lots of good things to come.
We'll have to get her on the podcast.
Years, yeah, many years
Invite
to
her
come.
to the barbecue in July.
She's already coming. Did I tell you she's going to be in Boston during the barbecue?
There we go. Well, she'll be the guest of honor.
I guess so.
Fantastic. Speaking of someone who's never on the guest of honor list, the one and the only, the barbecue eat-off champion himself, Mr. Light Bright himself, Vinny Capelli.
No, it's Bright Light. Get it right.
Bright Light, yeah.
It was Bright Light.
What do you...
And you can add to that list now. I'm now the esteemed pasta champion of the North End after a very hard-fought battle with Pasta Pete and his meatball quintet. Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Sure you just we're having any dreams with Chef Boyardee?
No dreams, Chef Boyardee. And you know something? I know I'm not a well-liked guy, but to the Strangler, I commend. Hopefully your mom comes out of this. I do have a heart, even though I am not a nice guy. And
thanks, Vinny. Wow, I didn't expect that
shout
from you,
out
man.
from Mr. Capelli himself.
Thank you.
Wow.
I'll let her know. Thanks,
and
man.
the person who knows a lot about meatballs in the North End, my best friend, Colonel Bull Montana, the living legend. What's going on, Colonel?
Nothing. I like this. Mr. Stranglers, we love you. Keep in good health. We want to see you stay alive for the rest of your life, darling.
Unbelievable.
Wow,
well, obviously, yes. She has to stay alive for the rest of her life, or she's not going to have a life.
And then TC, while I get the microphone here,
yeah.
I'd like to say hello to the Prince of Riviera, Mr. Peter Martino.
Oh, unbelievable. A little shout out there to your good
Peter
friend.
Montino, good man. Prince of Winthrop as well. Andy's Boston.
Conspicuous by his absence tonight is South Boston Jeff. Now, last podcast we had, South Boston Jeff had a little problem down in his nether region down there. He had a
little pus nut, I heard.
He had a little pus nut going on. He visited Dr. McMurphy, took care of it, and to celebrate, he is now at the George Clinton and the Funkadelic concert tonight. Now, Bull, how come you're not there?
I don't even like Mr. Clinton music. I'd rather be right here where I'm supposed to be, talking about what's coming up, different stories, lines, movies.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. The reason you're here is Hollywood Joel brought munchkins. That's the truth, right?
Go ahead.
The reason why I'm here, I'm ready to beat Capelli on the next barbecue eat-off.
Okay, that's like months away.
Anyway, listen.
You're like a broken record. That's months away.
Speaking
Enjoy
about-
your munchkins.
It's not a broken record.
SPJ.
He's focused. He's focused on what he has
He's
to
hungry.
He's eating munchkins. That can't be focused. Listen,
That's
I have a
training. That's
question
called
for
training.
Joel. I have a question.
All right,
for
go ahead.
Joel.
Yeah.
What color would George Clinton and the Funkadelics look best in?
I'm thinking orange and yellow.
Orange and yellow.
Why do you say that?
Yeah.
Why those colors?
Because they show up good on stage.
Oh, that's good.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
They're bright.
Yeah, with the
They're
lights and
autumn time
everything like
colors.
that.
They are. They're
Now, I
fantastic.
have a
They
question
smile
for
a lot,
you,
too,
TC.
so.
George Clinton, you have it written down that he's with the Funkadelics? I thought you meant the Funkadactyls.
No, that's that Brodus Clay guy.
No, he's not with them no more.
He went and called his mama.
Yeah, we call his
gotcha,
mama. He don't like
gotcha.
them no more.
Okay.
Unbelievable. Now, we got a lot to talk about here. We haven't been on in a couple months here. And I want to thank all of our fans out there who made the last episode of the After Hour Experience the most listened to podcast we've had.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable out there. So hats off to you guys out there. Now, how many people in Cell Block C did you send the link to, Vinny?
Yo, I don't. What is this? What you want to sell? I keep trying to tell you that was a state-paid vacation.
fantastic.
I was legitimately on vacation.
Yeah, okay.
You know,
in orange and yellow, right?
well,
Orange and
sometimes
yellow
it was
is the new orange and black.
blue.
Really?
It was
Okay.
blue.
That's
It's
what I
like a
heard.
pumpkin.
Yep.
It's like Halloween colors.
How many state vacations do they make you shower with a bunch of dudes? I don't get what kind of a.
I showered alone, thank you.
Oh, really? You in
I've-
solitary
they-
confinement?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
kind of, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Sure.
Now,
I don't play well with others.
Now, since we left, the late night talk show wars have started up again. I mean, Jimmy Fallon took over the reins of the Tonight Show. Now, to me, it hasn't been the Tonight Show since Johnny Carson left it in 1992. And what's your take on this? Arsenio Hall's making a comeback.
Arsenio's
Woo, woo,
great,
woo.
man. Yo, yeah, the dog pound. I used to watch Arsenio Hall when I was in high school back in the early 90s, 91, 92. And I would stay up late to watch that with my brother. It was one of the things we actually did together at that time. When you get, as you get to be in your teenage years, you really don't spend that much time with your family. You want to kind of do your own thing. But that was a show that we would always sit together and watch that in his bedroom. And when he would do the monologue, it was always so funny, and he was always so topical for what was going on in like the current event situation. Plus, he always had great wrestlers on.
He
You
did
remember,
have on there.
Remember when he'd have like Macho Man Randy Savage
And Bobby the Brain
Yeah,
Heenan.
the
Heenan
finger
was on there.
That guy's finger was like a mile long.
Do you know who my favorite guest was ever on the Arsenio Hall show?
Who's that?
Jason from Friday the 13th.
You're
He
kidding
actually
me.
had the guy dressed
Kane
in
Hodder.
No, he did not have the actor. he had
that
Jason
Jason?
himself
Actual Jason.
on the show.
Did
And
they
for,
bring him
just
a
sit there
machete?
and
and for
breathe?
20 minutes, he just got up and just threatened the audience. Bull, do you remember that episode?
No, I don't, sir.
Okay. Well,
You were talking about, what were you talking about? His finger there.
He's got the longest finger known to hit mankind.
I'll tell you something.
like
I know
E.T.
Arsenio Hall, when I was a kid, was always in Eddie Murphy movies. They were buddies. Coming
they
to
were
best
America.
friends.
Best friends. The Vampire in Brooklyn.
Yep.
The first celebrity I met when I moved to Hollywood, I was on Ventura Boulevard with my friend. We went and got a burrito. We're leaving the parking lot, and I look over, Porsche, awesome Porsche, you know. And I'm looking at the car, and it's this guy with this hot chick.
Was he wearing orange and yellow?
My buddy
Were
goes,
the police there?
my friend goes, hey, look, it's Arsenio Hall. And I look over, I say, it is, right? And you can tell he just met this chick 5 minutes before he's playing her. Hot blonde chick, looks like one of those Beverly Hill housewives, you know. Sneaks around the corner, gets in the Porsche, he backs up, waves to someone else to follow them. And as he's driving by, we're waiting, and my boy and me are looking at him, and he gave us a little nod, like, that's how it is. This wasn't when he had the
well,
show
he also has
on.
a head shaped like a triangle.
This was, well, hey,
You know, I got to tell you, all this late night television, all this, unless, I'm going to be honest, unless it's the TC Restani show, I don't care.
This is
I really don't care about it.
Really?
Why do I want to see all these
No,
other celebrities
listen,
talk about their stupid lives?
Capelli, you got to watch your competition. You need to know what other people are watching so you can draw them into your own
We
program.
my
already have
enemy.
something
Called
that
market
none of these
research.
people have.
Take
You
a
know-
guy like Fallon, man. Since he's been on the show, since he replaced Leno, he's blown up. The guy's incredible.
It's hard to
I wasn't
lose that
expecting him to
spot,
be
though.
able to get into the situation so well, so fast.
for that spot,
Well,
though, anyone could jump
It
into
helps that he's
You
he's
could
got
have had
an
had
A-list
my
of
friend
friends.
Reno host the Tonight Show, and people would have tuned
no,
into
no.
it.
I mean, it's entertaining for a whole new generation of people now.
Even when Leno went back after leaving and everyone was mad at him, he was the top of the game again.
Well, I'm going to get into that in a few seconds
Yeah.
because
Is
I have a
David Letterman
conspiracy
still on?
theory about that. Now,
man.
what these late night shows don't have is a great sidekick, and I have the greatest sidekick of all time sitting right there, chomping on a munchkin right now, Colonel Bull Montana. What do you think about that, Colonel?
I believe I am one of the greatest sidekicks around.
You are Ed McMahon, R2D2, Colonel Bull Montana. There you go. Now, I want to get to a conspiracy theory. I know Ricky Bittman hasn't been seen, but my conspiracy theory about late night shows. Why would they get rid of Jay Leno when he was the #1 guy drawing all those ratings for years, even when he left and he came back? Because he was always jobbing out Barry Soetoro, a.k.a. Barack Obama's little health gimmick that he's talking about, Obamacare. They railroad him out of town. And who did they have on the first week on Jimmy Fallon's show? Barry Soetoro's old lady. Talking about
Wasn't
Obamacare.
Michelle Obama on?
No, that's his old lady, Barry Soetoro. That's his real name, by the way. That's Barack Obama's real name is Barry Soetoro. Look it up. He's
Barry
working.
O?
When did he change it to Obama?
I don't know when he went. I don't. He ran for office.
When
I guess.
when he faked his citizenship.
There we go. That's a late night controversy right there. I think they railroaded Jay Leno at a time because they wanted to have their own little platform.
Look, first
on
off,
there.
Jay Leno wasn't funny anymore. Jay Leno was funny back in 1990. He's not funny anymore. So
It's
I mean,
like his Dorito
I mean, at
commercials.
least Jimmy Fallon is funny. I mean, Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Kimmel is funny.
Jimmy
I think
Kimmel's funny,
Kimmel's
but now Jimmy Kimmel I thought was funnier.
I think Kimmel comes off as snarky more than he comes off as funny.
Well, Kimmel comes off with that like
That tongue-in-cheek kind
that
of.
slapstick.
Do you
like
know,
he makes fun
Do you know
of
who Jimmy Kimmel's cousin is?
who?
Terry Funk.
Really?
No
Yep.
way, really?
Yep. Terry Funk is.
I mean,
The
Jimmy
whole Funk
Kimmel-
family?
Jimmy Kimmel's got the funny thing going where he, pretty much he gets the actors to make fun of themselves, and he's got the help of Matt Damon and Ben Affleck with their show. But
Paul, what's your favorite late night show other than ours?
My favorite night show would happen to be about, I believe it's on 2 o'clock in the morning on Channel 4. And I think the gentleman is from, he's a British,
the British show, yeah.
the British.
Oh, Craig Ferguson?
Craig Ferguson.
Yeah, he's not bad because he knows no one's
What is
watching
it,
other
the
than you.
late
Is he
show or
British or
something like that?
Scottish?
He's somewhere across the pond over there.
Richard Bay.
Richard Bay.
Remember the Richard Bay show?
Who's Richard Bay? How do I know? Oh, yes, I
Oh,
do
that show
remember
was
Richard
awesome,
Bay.
yeah.
My favorite was obviously Morton Downey Jr.
Oh, Morton Downey
Oh,
Jr.
he was the
good.
man.
Or Wally George. Remember Wally George?
Yeah,
Wally
Wally
George
George
on the
used to attack
Montel
people.
show.
Do you know who Wally George's daughter is?
Who?
Rebecca De Mornay.
No way.
Really?
Yep. She disowned him, by the way.
I was gonna say, shouldn't her name be Rebecca George?
No.
Rebecca De
Dorn-
Mornay from
Did she
Risky Business.
Was a risky business.
Did she do a porno?
She did what?
She did a
do
softcore.
porno?
I
No,
thought.
she did.
something.
She
She did
risky
something
business.
softcore, but nothing heavy.
Colonel, what were you doing with Rebecca De
Probably couldn't get
Mornay?
it hard for her.
I
I
got
don't
no
know who
problems.
she is.
Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take our big first-time commercial break. When we come back, Hollywood Joel's got a lot to talk about and questions and whatnot. This is the After Hour Experience. We'll be right back after this big-time commercial break.
For a decade, viewers have only experienced After Hours the only way known possible, on the 4x3 screen. But if you've only seen it this way, you haven't seen it at all.
Alrighty, welcome back from that big-time commercial break. As that commercial stated, the big TV show will be back in HD in the spring of 2014. Without any further ado, take it away, Hollywood Joel.
Hey TC, how you doing, buddy? I just wanted to, I don't know, make a comment because Ricky Bittman was a good friend to all of us, I think, and I liked him a lot and respected him a lot. He's a really good guy, and it's just a shame what happened. So
Wait, time. What happened? What the?
with Ricky, with everything in Arizona,
You know something we don't?
I thought.
Joe, you better tell me, Joe, because I'm going to start breaking down, Joe.
Hold on one second.
What the hell's he talking about?
The last time I heard from Ricky Bittman, he had the problem with the tall whites. What happened?
No, all right. I'm just gonna go on with this a little bit, and then I'll talk to.
You
Reno.
better find out what's going on here, pal.
All right, sorry guys. I thought I didn't-
You have the inside track. You are Hollywood Joel out
now
there.
I feel like all right.
Hey, what's up?
mean,
What's the 411?
No. All right. Just so this is these are people who have seen UFOs, and who just happen to be famous people, celebrities,
Really?
presidents, even,
famous people that have seen UFOs
or who have claimed to see UFOs.
Okay.
And jeez, I'm sorry, guys.
have a munchkin.
Yeah, I don't. Hopefully, so. Anyway, so this is a famous TV star,
A TV star that
very well known,
Very well known.
and I'm going to tell you it's someone from the TV show Star Trek.
It's from Star Trek.
Yep.
Didn't they all see UFOs?
Well, yeah. So here we go. So it could be
Zulu's
Uhura.
seen a lot of unidentified flying objects up close.
I'm sure he did.
Boldly go.
So this well-known star publicly stated that their life had been saved by the presence of a UFO. They were with friends. They were riding motorcycles in a group in the desert. They stopped to take a break. The friends moved on. This person was stuck behind because the motorcycle wouldn't stop. Water supply was depleted, and they almost died in the desert.
Really?
A UFO showed up and led them in the right direction.
So one of the original members of Star Trek.
This is what they claim.
Now, this is the original one, not the next generation.
Well, this is. I'll give you. It's either Uhura,
Okay.
Spock, or the captain himself.
Okay.
I would have to say, I mean, you got to think about the amount of drugs they were probably doing back then, and it was probably the opium or the stuff they were smoking that saw the UFO. I'm going to say, my guess, Spock.
Okay. Vinny says Spock. Colonel, who do you think?
My guess would have to be the Japanese gentleman there.
Yeah.
Was he even part of the list? Or maybe he was. Maybe he just was
never
riding
know.
shotgun. So you think Mr. Sulu?
No, he was riding the stick.
Oh, he was riding the stick?
Mr. Sulu.
All right. Strangler Steve, you have spent time out in the desert.
Oh, I've spent almost over half a decade actually living in the desert. I never saw a alien craft, but I have to go with Uhura on that.
Really?
Yeah.
Nichelle Nichols.
Horror.
Uhura.
No, that's in
She
Reno.
looked lovely in orange and yellow.
Really? Well, she did have a red outfit. All right. Hollywood Joe, what's your take?
I know the answer.
Oh,
so
that's right.
it's
You
up
don't
to
know
you,
the
buddy.
answer. I'm going to have to say, out of all those people, I'm going to have to say it's Leonard Nimoy because he did do that song in the desert about Bilbo Baggins. You ever see that?
He did a song
I think
about
I've seen
Bilbo
this before on
Baggins.
YouTube or
Right.
something
Bilbo,
like that.
Bilbo
Yeah,
Baggins.
right.
So I'm going to go with Leonard Nimoy, the Boston boy.
All right, everyone's wrong.
What?
The North End man himself, Leonard Nimoy, was not. It was Shatner. And he
Really?
claimed that after this happened, it propelled him to walk in a certain direction. He was completely lost. He walked there for, ever. And after following the UFO the whole way, he found a gas station and was able to get water and everything, and he almost died. He almost died at the
Wow.
gas station.
Now,
Well,
what
that
year did
makes
this
sense.
happen?
Oh, I'm not sure what year it was.
Was this during Star Trek or like after Star Trek?
I'm imagining it was around that time because who's riding motorcycles through the Mojave?
Are you sure he wasn't using it as a publicity scheme to get jobs
Was
after
he
Star Trek
banging
got canceled?
Uhura?
This wasn't after he killed his wife in the pool.
Okay.
That was like a couple years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was-
no,
that
this
was like
was
15
before
years
that.
ago.
I'm pretty sure.
Really? Sure he
He
wasn't
killed
on
his
some
wife
like
in the pool?
Did you not know that he killed his wife in the pool?
he
No,
did.
I wasn't around.
She was actually from Roslindale.
We didn't
Really?
talk. We didn't talk about this on the
can talk
last.
about- we
Is
talk-
that when he was on that Boston
celebrities who
Legal
have killed
show?
people.
Yeah, he's Boston illegal. But so talking about Captain Kirk had a few little trouble with tribbles out in the desert. Huh? Is that what you're saying?
So yeah.
Fantastic. All right, move on. That's William Shatner, Captain Kirk himself. Thought he saw
Priceline man.
The Priceline man thought he saw a spaceship from above. Colonel, you ever seen a spaceship?
No, I haven't. I just want to know what happened to Ricky Bidman. That's all I want to know.
Maybe he's on a spaceship. We'll talk about this after the year. That's personal stuff there. All right, go on, Joe.
You know what's funny too is Jeff's not here, unfortunately.
we know.
but
Well,
Jeff
his
They're
nuts
having a ball.
his nuts have gone to see spaceships before.
Jeff hates William Shatner.
He does hate William
and you
Shatner.
know what? I hate William Shatner too because
I'm
I
not-
had a bad experience.
So
with
did
William
I.
Shatner. Yep.
And 20 years ago,
You know
I
something?
hate William Shatner.
I like him because he's that much of a prick.
Oh, here we go. He's probably a big fan of Vinny.
He probably is.
Why don't you borrow his toupee?
No, I don't need that.
Okay. All right, go on, Joel.
I'm solar powered.
All right, so here we go. This is this is a little boxing themed.
Little
Famous
boxing.
people who have cited UFOs. Boxing champion claimed to have spotted UFOs on numerous occasions throughout his life. One sighting occurred while he was jogging in Central Park in New York City with his manager. Looked up to the sky, saw a glowing bright light, and appeared to move until it was directly in line with him in front of him. It's unclear as to whether the manager witnessed the same bright light. So this is a famous boxer in Central Park. This is one incident, but he's claimed it happens his whole life to
All right,
him.
I'm going to start off with the Lou Duver of our panel over
Wait,
here.
do we get?
I'll give you 3. Bull?
Bull.
All right.
Can you give it to
I'll give you. I know you're a big Muhammad Ali fan. Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, or Evander Holyfield?
I got to go with, from upstate New York, Mike Tyson.
You think it was Mike Tyson? Okay, going down. Vinny
He's
Capelli.
from New York. Yeah.
You know something? I'm gonna go with the random one here. I'm gonna say Muhammad Ali because that dude got punched in the head more times, and he's so punch drunk now that I would imagine he probably saw a lot of UFOs. And,
He was so punch drunk he thought he saw Cassius Clay.
and I mean, he did float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Only an alien would teach him something like that.
That is true.
Okay, Strangler Steve, who do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to side with Vinny on this one and say Muhammad Ali.
All right, I'm going to go with the local guy, Evander Holyfield.
It was boxing champion Muhammad Ali.
No, bang, thank you.
Yep.
Well, maybe there is some truth to what you see over there.
I'm telling
He
you.
got hit so many times he saw the fifth dimension. All right, you got any
Joe,
more?
excuse
Oh,
me,
Bull
Orange and
has
yellow.
a comment.
Speaking on the last week was 15 years ago of an anniversary between Ali.
Frazier?
No, Ali
15
and
years ago was 1999, Colonel.
Ali and Sonny Liston. The second fight happened up
Probably
in
35 years ago.
Maine
35 years
with
ago.
the low blow punch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe 15 years ago is when they got their, first Social Security check. But, but really, Bull, that's fascinating. You are an Encyclopedia Britannica over here of all this nonsense. All right, but moving on, Joel.
You have another one?
I'll give you another one. You ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Famous UFO sightings, and this is
Stop looking over there, you cheater.
Kelly over here ripping the thing.
I can't read anyways.
No, that's
You
true.
got stuff written on his hands from my notes.
Hey.
Come on now.
Hey, now, come
In
on.
crayon.
That's
This
hair,
isn't-
actually.
this
That's not
isn't-
pen. It's
This isn't Bill
got
Ricker.
hairy palms.
All right.
Come on now.
All right. This famous musician claimed to have seen 2 UFOs in his lifetime. 2. One such sighting occurred when he was given a concert in California. Claimed the crowd just stopped. The UFO hovered above the site for a while, several minutes, and it was just him and the UFO. There were thousands of people in the audience. No one moved. So convinced he was of the presence of UFOs in his life that he had a UFO detector installed in his home.
Really?
Yes.
Now, who are the multiple choices that we have?
Okay. It's not going to surprise you. Elton John,
Elton John,
Steve Tyler,
Steve Tyler,
your boy Vinny, and then Mick Jagger.
and Mick Jagger. Okay. So I'm going to start this round off with you, Strangler Steve.
All right. I think I'm going to go with Mick Jagger. It just sounds like something he would say. I'm sure he was so rolling stoned out of his mind on stage that he could have believed he saw that.
Well, Keith Richards isn't from this world, that's for sure.
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
All right, Capelli, who do you think?
I'm going to have to go with, well, I would have said Liberace, but...
He wasn't one of the choices.
No, I know that, but I personally, I'm going to have to go with my boy, Steven Tyler, because, I mean, the amount of drugs he did.
And
you know,
Armageddon, the movie
Armageddon. I mean,
Yeah.
think about it. Yeah, Armageddon, the
that's true.
soundtrack and everything.
Wow.
You know, and he
That's deep.
moves around on the stage like he's an alien.
Bull, who do you think?
I am going with the gentleman from Marshfield, Massachusetts, Steven Tyler.
Okay, I'm also going to go with the Strangler over here. I think definitely Mick Jagger.
Yes.
Mick Jagger.
Yeah,
All right. High
Right.
five.
Here we
yeah,
go.
baby.
Yep, a couple times in his life, and I've heard before that Mick Jagger also had in his pool installed something to keep ghosts out because he thought his backyard was haunted.
Really? And speaking of ghosts, we want to tip our hat to the late great Ghostbuster himself, Harold Ramis out there. I know Hollywood Bull actually did it, even though we're on radio. No one else
Bull,
did.
what do you expect?
I didn't want to create a
you
glare.
are, when you're not Hollywood Joe, you are out there fighting the paranormal or investigating the paranormal.
Do my best.
What was your take on the passing of Harold Ramis, who actually co-wrote Ghostbusters with Dan Aykroyd?
I love Harold Ramis. I loved him in Stripes. One of the best lines
phenomenal
in
in
any movie.
It seemed like everything he did was an instant classic.
Is when he pats on the guy next to him, the guy with the stare there, and he's like, "I'm gonna be behind you all the way." That line.
Lighten up,
Stripes.
Francis. and the big toe. Like,
Oh, the
like
big
around
toe.
here,
Yeah, I'm gonna be the big
TC
toe.
is our big toe.
See
Sergeant
you on the big
Hulka.
toe. But I love Harold Ramis. I mean,
Yeah, that was quite a
What
shock.
other good movies was he in? Like,
you know what he's really good in is in the movie Knocked Up. He plays
father.
Seth Rogen's dad,
Yeah.
and he's really good in it. I didn't recognize him. There's another movie where
he was in Groundhog Day, but it was a small part.
but that was
Well, he
cool
directed,
anyway.
and he also
And that was the movie. Since we're here, that was the movie that him and Bill Murray, their friendship ended.
And
at
recently, I saw it on
During Groundhog
YouTube
Day?
because
Yeah.
I won't watch the Academy Awards because since they kayfabe Brandy Savage in memorandum a couple years ago. But I saw it on YouTube where Bill Murray had to get in his little I love Harold Ramis comment that he did trying to make peace about. Too little, too late, Billy.
Did you see what Bill Murray did for Belushi's funeral?
No, I didn't.
The speech he gave?
What'd he do?
Oh, he just gave a speech ripping him apart in front of everyone at the funeral. And
Really?
he said that's what Belushi would have wanted, but I mean, he roasted him at the funeral.
He's a strange guy. He doesn't have like a talent agent or anything.
Yeah,
he
I
has an
heard that.
800
Yeah,
number.
you got a phone number. You
know,
call him,
and
leave
there's a big
messages.
thing with him now, like the Chive, the website called the Chive. This big thing, like they have a T-shirt with his picture on it, and you pull it over, and it's Bill Murray's face. Like he's like the big in thing now.
He does
for
some cool
college
stuff.
students.
Like there's some kids where, I guess, who knows if it's true, but it sounds like it would be awesome. Bill Murray came up to him at Burger King
I
and
heard
took some
this.
fries off his tray, and he said, "No one's going to believe you."
Yeah,
and just
I
walked
heard
away.
this.
There's another one. If you look, there's a bunch of pictures online of him just showing up at karaoke nights and hanging out by himself, not
South
knowing
Boston
anyone.
Jeff was here. He could confirm this. We were down in New York City back about 12 years ago. I was on a celebrity stalk with him, and Bill Murray just happened to walk by. And everybody's like, "Hey, Bill, hey, come over and sign a few autographs." He took the pen, was like, "Oh, hey, great, what's your name?" He goes, "Oh, by the way, what's today?" "Oh, it's Saturday." "Oh, I don't sign on Saturdays," and walked away.
Random guy. It's almost
you know, hey,
better having
speaking of
that
Bill
story.
Murray, and since Harold Ramis, what happens to Ghostbusters 3?
I don't know. man.
Colonel, you're going to be, they base Slimer off of you, correct?
That's correct.
It is correct. I knew that, obviously. But you know who Slimer is?
No, I do not.
They based the Green Goblin ghost off of you in Ghostbusters 1, and you don't remember. You don't
He
get
was
any
in part
residuals
2
out
as
of
well.
it. And Ghostbusters 2.
Friend in Boston.
He was a
Drove
friendly
the bus,
part
bro.
2, yes.
Drove the
He
bus.
was Vigo.
Drove the
The
bus.
Destroyer.
Vigo.
So who would win in a contest between Capelli, the nut over here, Bull, the man, and Slimer the ghost?
Yo, why am I the
Slimer.
nut?
I'm going with
I
Slimer.
am not.
Slimer
I
takes
am
him 2 out of
not
3
what's on the
falls.
bottom of SBJ's pus.
No, I meant not like a good thing, like not a pus-filled nut, like a happy nut.
You think that's what happened when he went to the doctors and
No,
they
I don't
pulled
wanna have
down
to go
his
back on a
trousers?
state paid
He
vacation
slimed
over
me.
here.
Sorry, man, sorry.
Do you think that was what happened when Jeff went to McMurphy's office and he pulled down, he goes, yeah, they slimed me when they investigated his nutsack a
Once
couple
they
weeks ago?
squeezed and went.
Oh, gross. And on that note, we're going to take a big-time commercial break because I got to go vomit. This is the After Hour Experience. We'll be right back.
For a decade, viewers have only experienced After Hours the only way known possible, on the 4x3 screen. But if you've only seen it this way, you haven't seen it at all.
All righty, welcome back from that big-time commercial break. Colonel, how many munchkins have you sucked down during the break?
3.
3. A 30-second break, and you sucked down 3 munchkins already.
You think that's gonna get you ready for the barbecue eat-off?
Well, it's 12 altogether. It's just 3 during the break.
And Capelli, let me just, before you do that, you were trying to make Bull throw up when he was eating the munchkins. You were saying, oh, there's Jeff's left one, there's Jeff's right one. And especially when he had the jelly one.
Especially the jelly one. They didn't have the cream one, though.
Oh,
That would have been better.
Colonel, if you're going to puke over there, all right?
I ain't going to throw up.
I've never seen you throw up before. Some of the garbage I've seen you
Hey.
eat.
Even though right now, me and him, the years I've known this man.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen this man shovel down some real crap. Some food that I found disgusting. This man does not throw up.
I've seen him do
He
crap,
does
but
not
that's a different story
throw
for a different
up.
time in New York City. But South Boston Jeff, our greatest celebrity stalker, is not here tonight, but he did text me. He is having a fun time at the George Clinton concert.
Did you ask him if they were wearing orange and
I
yellow?
did not. I will have to do that during the next commercial break. And he has a question for the panel tonight. His question is, he loves movies from the 80s and the 70s and whatnot. He wants to know, what was the first nude scene you saw in a movie as a kid? Which actress did you see the first set of tatas in a movie
Oh, my
as a
goodness.
So, what was the first set of tits? Wait, I can't say tits.
kid?
on here.
Here we go.
You already did, but
Here we
go.
well, we already know what they're talking about
You
there.
mean
all
to
right?
set it?
Is it okay to say tits?
Cans,
Cans.
melons,
Sell it
Be
cans,
classy.
all right?
It's
Can't say
they're called
Wait, wait.
cans.
It's Vinny Capelli here. There's no
All
such
right,
thing as
I'm going to
flags.
save you for last since you're down there, so reprimand you over there. I'm going to start off with you, Colonel. You're 75 years old. Oh, you're passing the buck? You're still digesting a munchkin over there. All right. Vinny, I'm not going to start with you. I'm going to start with Hollywood Joel, since this is a Hollywood type of a question. The first set of tatas you saw in a motion picture as
Boobies.
a kid. Boobies.
I'm thinking it had to be, if it wasn't National Lampoon's Part 1, it had to be the European one, where she does the little striptease, and then Chevy Chase loses the videotape when they're in Europe.
European Vacation.
European Vacation,
Yes.
right? That's it. Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're
Rusty.
So
Rusty
you're-
looks at the girl's boobs. The girl who's dressed up in
No,
the.
this is before that, when Beverly D'Angelo does a striptease before they even go on the vacation.
Oh.
And then Clark loses it
That's
in Europe.
right.
She says, make sure you delete that tonight.
That's
'cause you
right.
know
And
what he's
someone
gonna use
stole
it
the
for.
camera, and it was all
Someone
over
stole
Europe.
the camera, and it was all over the billboards.
Right.
I
Wow,
think
so
that
the
was
first
it,
set of
yeah.
tatas you saw was Beverly
Beverly
D'Angelo.
D'Angelo.
in
Classic
the
set of
in the
cans.
National Lampoon movies.
It's a healthy woman. She must have been corn-fed.
You know, she has
Al Pacino's
kids
girl
with
right
Al
there.
Pacino's.
right,
Al
yeah.
Pacino's kids.
Not married, never married, but dated for what, 30 years?
And
think
have
they're
you seen
still
her
together,
recently?
aren't they?
She was on Entourage. You know,
No.
so you don't want to
looking
be
good.
seeing her reprising a role.
The last time I saw her was during the Chevy Chase roast on Comedy Central.
Really?
Yeah, she didn't look
He,
terrible.
he
I
looks
mean,
about 205 years old
yeah,
now.
but hey, time goes by.
You know
I
where he
guess.
got his middle name from?
No.
What is his middle name?
Crane.
His name is Chevy Crane Chase.
Yep. Do you know where he got the nickname from?
No.
He used to vacation at Crane's Beach up on the North Shore. That's where
Well,
his
he's from Massachusetts.
That's
isn't
where
he?
his grandparents used
Now,
to hang.
there's
in
a
the
guy
summer.
who's had a lot of problems with a lot
Really?
of people. Oh, yeah. Bill Murray and him had a fist fight on Saturday Night Live. They couldn't be together on Caddyshack. They had to film everything separate except for that one scene when they're together, the...
doing the
Pool-
pool table.
Yep.
Pond
They
would
had
be
to-
good for you.
And then Kevin Smith was supposed to take over the Fletch movies. You
Oh,
know,
that's
remember
right.
Fletch? And Kevin Smith wrote an awesome Fletch movie because he's the biggest Fletch fan. And they had him and Chevy Chase meet because he wanted him to do a cameo in the Fletch movies. So they met, and Kevin Smith said, what a dick this guy is. The whole time, he said all Chevy Chase talked about was himself, how he was comedy, how he made comedy, and finally...
And he had like 5 episodes of his late-night talk show. Him and Pat Sajak
the last
are
time I
in the
saw
running
him
for
was
the
in
worst
that
talk
movie, Hot
shows.
Tub Time Machine.
Well, no,
Which sucked.
He
You
just
didn't like that?
Oh, it was
no, that's a
horrible.
good
What's
movie.
wrong with you?
That
No,
movie
but
was
he
garbage.
he just had problems with that new show, Parks and Recreation.
Really?
He came out right
He
talking about
sucks
the writers they
anyways.
fired. I think they let him go from the show. Yeah, what's he doing? He was
Bye-bye,
good back in the
Chevy.
days.
Wow.
Yeah, fuck you.
All right, so
Moving on. Strangler Steve. The first set of tatas you saw in the movie, and hopefully it's not Chevy Chase.
No, it was not. I think I saw. Okay, when I was a little kid, we had Cinemax.
Skinamax.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I was probably about 5 years old, and I remember it clear as day, seeing this broad come out of the shower all glistening, completely butt naked from head to toe, and I saw my first set of cans, and it was tremendous, of course.
Who was the actress? Do you remember?
I couldn't tell you the
Shannon
actress's
Tweed.
name, but I can remember the first actress name who I remember seeing her tatas was in the 80s, that movie 10 with Bo Derek. Yes.
Derek,
And it just absolute perfection as far as the female specimen goes. I mean, just
So Bo
gorgeous.
Derek.
Yes. And I remember her rolling on the beach like naked with some dude after during the
It was
credits.
Dudley
whatever.
Moore.
Wasn't she in
No.
a,
Yeah.
Dudley
he was in the
Moore.
movie,
Dudley
but were
Moore?
they together?
Yeah, that was Dudley
Wasn't she
Moore.
and Tommy Boy later playing? And he
was
came
Tommy
out
Boy
of the water.
playing, yeah.
That's right.
And,
She
and
was
Chris
stepmother.
Farley goes perfect 10 when she came out of the water the same way. That was pretty
All right, Colonel, the moment of truth. The first celebrity female that you saw naked in a movie.
The first lady I ever seen was the lady in the Texas Blank House, Whole House.
best little whole house in
Little Whole
Texas.
House in Texas.
So you didn't see a movie until you were in your 30s.
That's correct.
Okay. What'd you go to?
I thought he was going to say Eleanor Roosevelt.
Were you in a monastery or something?
No,
Gentleman.
Okay. So who was it?
it was one of the actresses in the best little Texas Whole House.
Okay, great movie. The one that starred Burt Reynolds and Dolly Parton.
Correct.
Wow.
They don't show Dolly Parton.
No, they don't show Dolly Parton.
This
in
isn't
that.
the same from the strip club that down south. That
No,
you
no,
guys-
No,
it's a
no.
more old-time movie.
no. This isn't the girl.
You're
No,
thinking of
no,
Bunny
this ain't
Ranch.
Terry Weigel that remembered him. And this ain't the broad that you saw down at King Arthur's that had flies
That's what I'm
flying
thinking
around.
about.
No.
Was it?
Like
No,
that.
okay.
No, we were down in
Oh,
Tennessee.
boy.
me and
You know
Bo.
it's pretty
Missouri,
sickening
actually.
when the colonel wants to get up and leave a gentleman's club
You're
because he
thinking about
sees
Red Velvet.
rodents
That's
and
what I was
flies.
thinking.
Wasn't Red Velvet.
All right.
No, it wasn't Velvet.
That's what I was thinking. Both. Sorry.
What about you, TC? When was the
Okay,
first
well,
time you saw a pair of
all right,
cans in
it
a
was.
movie?
I can remember it well. It was 1980. I believe it was 82, and I was flipping through the dials, and it was none other than the famous scene where Phoebe Cates popped out of the pool in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and I have been
Beautiful.
a die-hard
Great scene.
brunette fan ever since.
Emphasis on the heart.
So we're talking unbelievable 1982. Good question out there, Jeff.
Hey, whoa! You forget
okay.
somebody?
Yeah, well, you are forgettable down there.
Listen.
All right. I'm still thinking about the
Now-
Colonel's whorehouse
Now,
and Munchkin
I
Man.
don't remember the actress. I can
Jessica
tell you the
Rabbit.
first actresses, but I also remember the first scene. First scene, DC, come on, great movie. Conan the Barbarian.
Of course, it was a great movie.
When Conan mounts the little white girl and they feed her and they're like, he had education and he had much women. Remember that
Is
scene?
he doing a Triple
And
H promo?
Okay, all right.
You get what I'm
I
saying?
can translate Capelli here. All right, this is when they took Arnold, was taken as Conan as a child and brought to this slave camp, and then
then
they
they freed
realized
him to
that he
save
was jacked up and he could kill people with a pinky finger. So to make him happy, they brought this broad and they brought him in a cage, and Conan did his little shtick with it.
First set of tatas I saw. Now, if you ask me, the first actresses I remember seeing was actually two on the same screen at the same time. The names were Tracy Lords and Ginger Lynn.
Wow.
And that right there, that changed my life.
That's why you are the way you
forever.
are.
Really?
That changed my life forever.
Forever.
How old was Tracy Lords at that time?
Probably at that time, probably about 14.
That was when she was
Probably
in
about
movies when she
14.
was, like,
And you were-
14.
But
she looked like she was, 25.
But remember, I was only about 10.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
there's
that's
a
fine.
difference.
That's
10
fair.
had Bo Derek.
No, I was about 10.
Oh.
Dudley
Never
Moore?
a 10.
And I honestly, I gotta tell
barely
you,
a 2.
there was probably the first time I went through an entire thing
Of Kleenex?
Vaseline lotion.
Of Munchkins?
Of lotion.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
What a night. I mean, what? Speaking of which, since we're on that subject, do you guys remember the first porn star that you saw?
In person?
In real life?
No, the first
never
porno.
met
The
a
first
porn star in
porno. The
person.
first porn star you can remember.
Sure.
Who was it?
That would have been Erica Boya, 1986, and the spoof of Back to the Future called Backside to the Future.
Oh my goodness.
Strangler. What about you?
I couldn't. I'd have to think about that. Come back to me. I'm not. I don't really think I'd ever remember them for their names more than for their body of
Colonel,
work.
I know. Listen, Colonel. Me and you go way
Colonel
back.
stepping
listen,
up, look at
Colonel,
him at the mic.
Vanessa Del
Rio.
Rio.
Oh,
Hey.
she looks like Lando Calrissian in drag.
Yeah, but you remember too. Hey, TZ, that's more Bull's time.
Oh.
And Sika.
How hairy was she?
Yeah. How much she had Chewbacca going on, didn't
What
she?
about you?
I'm not a big porn. Probably anyone who was on Howard Stern. Houston.
Really?
Houston.
Yeah.
Houston?
Yeah,
You know,
that's what
did
everyone
you ever hear
says.
the story
Houston?
about Houston?
I heard she had a
You
problem.
know, she got hooked up with like a 21-year-old kid and like completely fell in love with him.
She hooked up with him on the Howard Stern show.
Yeah,
She brought him
Was,
into the prom.
was he
They went to
number
the prom.
501 that
I
day?
don't know, but
And he got the kid's
Yeah,
mother got
the kid
involved
got
and everything.
Colonel, I heard you were 500.
She was like head over
501
heels
And I was
committed
that
suicide.
age, and I was like, that
Nicknamed
could
her
happen to
dumpster.
me.
and I would have like been like definitely.
CD.
All right,
Duke the Dumpster Josie.
all right, come on, Strangler.
God, let me think. I guess I would have to. There was this broad.
Christy
Okay.
Canyon.
No. I don't even know her
That's
name.
the first
I
person
can
that
picture
one
her
I met in
face, but
person.
I couldn't tell you her name. But she was in a lot of the early '80s movies, Al Natural, of course. And I know she banged Ron Jeremy. That was the scene I
Everybody
remember.
banged Ron Jeremy.
Yeah,
I think my
know.
mother banged Ron Jeremy.
Well, you do have a resemblance to
Yeah,
Ron
there's-
Jeremy
it's
out
just
there.
don't talk about his belly like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. What a great segue. I have an interview that we're going to roll right now. I conducted with the 2012 Playboy Cybergirl of the Year, my longtime close personal friend, the lovely and talented Leanna Decker. So let's run that interview right now. All righty, we are on location at the Super Mega Fest out here in Framingham, Massachusetts for our podcast, and I'm here with the gorgeous, unbelievable Leanna Decker. How's it going, Leanna?
It's going great.
Now tell us about your Playboy career.
I started off as Cybergirl of the Week, and then I got voted to be Cybergirl of the Month, and then voted Cybergirl of the Year, and then here I am. My year's getting ready to be up, but there are a billion pictorials of me on Playboy, so make sure you check them out.
I've checked them out a billion times, by the way. And you're from Kentucky.
I am definitely a small-town country girl too at heart.
Now, how did you actually go from a small-town Kentucky girl to the pages of Playboy magazine?
I just had like some regular portfolio pictures up on a site called Model Mayhem, and a Playboy photographer from Dallas, Texas saw me and was like, will you please shoot with me? And forever I was like, no. And then I broke up with my boyfriend and I was like, hell yeah, let's do it.
Unbelievable. Now, your boyfriend must be kicking himself in the pants now going, oh my God, look, now the world gets to enjoy Leanna Decker out there. Now, have you actually got to meet the man himself, Mr. Hefner?
Yes, I did get to meet him. He's really sweet. It was great.
Any future aspirations? You want to go into acting or do you want to stick with modeling?
I've got my foot in the door with modeling, so now I want to do the transition. I want to try the whole acting thing. I got my first little gig, so I'm studying for that right now.
Oh, yeah? What kind of genre do you want to get to? What actress inspires you?
My favorite actress would have to be Angelina Jolie, just because she's so badass.
Really? Unbelievable. That's fantastic. Now, there are a lot of people out there pretending to be you online. So you want to give the fans out there who are listening to this podcast right now the 411 on the real Leanna Decker.
Yes, I do not have a Facebook. I have one Twitter page. It's Leanna_Decker. That is the one and only me. The rest are haters and pretenders. Do not fall for their schemes.
Unbelievable. I'm standing here with the real Leanna Decker. Now, you're going to have a website coming out soon?
It is in the works. It will just be leannadecker.com.
Unbelievable. The one, the only, the gorgeous redhead from Kentucky, my longtime close personal friend, Leanna Decker. Thank you so much for being on the podcast, honey.
Thank you. Have a great day. Mwah.
Now, Colonel, why are you stalking this girl out there? There's all these fakers out there trying to be her. You really want to be this person? I know she's unbelievably beautiful,
Man,
but she's
she's
young,
smoking
Colonel.
hot.
Redheads. I usually don't go for redheads, other than like Mary Lou Henner.
That's a devil, man.
I'm not a stalker for beautiful ladies, buddy.
Yes, you are. Don't give me that nonsense.
I am
How
not.
could you not be for her? She's gorgeous.
I saw you down. Don't lie. When we were down in New Jersey, you were going after that. Oh, what was that broad's name? She was on the Golden Girls.
McClanahan.
White. Was it? It could have been
Bianca?
McClanahan.
We all chose a different broad. Did you realize that?
Don't lie. Bull, when we were down there in New Jersey, you staked a claim right next to what? I don't think it was
it
Rue
Betty White?
McClanahan. But
I
what,
get naked pictures of Bianca, Bo.
That's disgusting.
Oh, sir.
Maud, who was Maud?
Bianca.
Yeah, there you go. And then there's Maud, and then there's Colonel.
Remember the movie
And then
Airheads
there
at
was
the end? That's
Colonel.
what they asked for?
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser and them, Buscemi.
The
They-
beautiful
pictures of
lady
Bianca.
that I fell in love with down there was happened to be the
22.
1987 penthouse of the
Oh, Luanna Lee.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you were all over her like white on rice. Look at
Wow,
the grin
you
on
look
his
at
face.
the
smile on his
Look at his
face.
face.
If people can see this, look at the laugh on his
Actually,
face.
I got a picture there. There's a picture of them over there. How much money did you drop on her on stills? And are they stuck to your wall? Get in here and tell us right now.
Why
I don't
these-
think he wants to.
Luanna Lee, you
Why
were-
are they
don't-
sticky?
You-
I got done.
you bothered her
Right.
in New Jersey and you bothered her in Framingham. I forgot all about that. Go on. Tell her.
That was the day that when we left Jersey, it was a blizzard.
Yeah, it was a blizzard, but where was the blizzard? We want to know, Colonel. Because
You know what a blizzard was. We're coming home and someone goes to the car. Would you please put on the heat? He was shaking to death.
Are they going to say, please put your clothes back on?
was that the night that I had to share a room with you that I had to go sleep in my car because you were inhaling all the oxygen on the Western Hemisphere?
No, it wasn't. No, it happened to be Jeff.
No, I don't know. I wasn't sharing a room with Jeff. I wish you did because he would have been high in a corner, wouldn't have heard a peep out of him. All I heard was, now, okay, all right. Now, for those of you out there who have never had the experience of riding in a car or rooming with Colonel Beaumont,
Yeah, but excuse me for a
let
second.
me finish my story.
I
Colonel.
got sleep apnea.
I know
sir.
you
Go
got
ahead.
sleep apnea, but okay, you forgot your Darth Vader breathing mask that night also. So first and foremost, it's not like a continuous. It's like this. It's like you hear, and then it's quiet for like
Is that a
5
gremlin?
minutes.
It's like
And then all of
Chinese
a
water
sudden you hear,
torture.
and other noises I heard. I had to literally go down to my car, put on my iPod to try to our technician Chris is having a heart attack listening to this in the booth. I had to turn on talk radio and listen to it for 12 hours because I couldn't fall to sleep. And then you wake up refreshed in the morning, right? And what was that smell coming out of that bathroom, Colonel? I mean, that was the night that you and Jeff decided to have 7 cheeseburgers between the two of you with extra cheese, onions, and like orders of chili cheese fries. Confirm or deny?
TC's getting worked up over here. I think you really pissed you off that night.
Oh,
Say it ain't so, Bull.
come on, Colonel.
That's not true.
Raw bull, and I'm not talking Montana either. You slept like Sleeping
Full of
Beauty
bull.
that night.
He's
And
full
I-
of bull.
There's a little
And
feather going
my
up and
God,
down on his
that was
mouth.
I mean, I roomed with you before in Vegas back in like the late '80s, and that was no prize either. But now that you've gotten a little older out there and more experienced, I can't believe
Look at the vein popping out of
that,
his head.
that never again. So if anybody out there, you ever go on a trip with Colonel Bull Montana, get your own room.
Well, folks, let me tell you something, though. That it's all changed. I got a brand new machine now.
Oh, you got a brand new machine, huh?
Yeah.
Papa's
What-
got a brand new bag.
Well, you forgot your machine the last time.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
And it sounded like I was in there with a garbage truck going through a nitroglycerin plant with Chewbacca and heat. Now, getting back to Luna Lane, but a little sidetrack from that little obstacle there. Have you stayed in contact with her?
No, I haven't.
Why? You asked for her email and her Facebook and all that other stuff. Now, this broad's got to be in her 60s, Paul.
Yep.
So, I mean, what can you show us? Can we go a tour of your house and see your Luna Lane shrine?
Like Lois Lane?
No,
Luna
not
Lane?
Lois Lane. Luna Lane, I believe her name is.
Should leave her a message. Well, maybe we should hit her up.
Hey, maybe we should get a little tour bus together.
a
Hey,
message.
see if we
Teach
can
her.
find her.
How's about, I got one better for you. How's about you talk to the people, maybe see if you can get her on the show?
You know what? Sabs, if you're listening back in the producing booth out there, Luna Lane, Lena Loon, or whatever her name is, we'll get her on we'll try to get her on the program. Maybe you could sing her a love song. Why don't you sing a Pretty Woman?
TC, speaking of someone, I got someone that is a very important fan here. That he watches the show and he listens to an iPod. He wants to know, He's a special singer I know from Boston.
Oh, here we go.
No, I'm not kidding you.
What does this have to do with Luna Lane?
And he's a
Or Leanna Loon, or whatever her name
and
is.
he's a professional singer. He wants to know if he could sit with us one day when we tape the show here. In front
Yeah,
of
tell him
us.
to come
I
down
think
after I
Bull's-
win the
I
barbecue
think Bull's
championship.
trying to
He can
avoid
sing to
the-
me, I am the
Yeah,
champion.
Bull, what are you a little sidetracking here?
Yeah, I think Bull's trying to-
Some unknown
changing the
singer that you haven't
subject.
even mentioned his
You're
name.
pitching him and you're sidestepping
His
him.
name is Blue Tiger.
Boy, he's
Blue Tiger?
He's hard
Isn't
selling.
that,
Right.
isn't
Blue
that like
Tiger?
a jet? Isn't that like a jet?
Doesn't he work with
That
Ron
sounds
Jeremy?
like a
Blue
something-
Tiger.
Blue Tiger Kung Fu.
Blue Tiger.
Who the hell is Blue Tiger?
He's Blue Tiger. He's cousin of Red Tiger.
Is he related to Tony the Tiger, who's orange?
And his enemy is Black Tiger.
I mean, who is this?
He looks
His
great in
name
orange
is-
and yellow.
Yellow, there you go.
Cobra Kai, Never Die. Who is this?
His name is Arthur Dawa, and then on stage he goes under the name Blue Tiger.
Put him in a body bag.
And what does that have to do
Sweep
with
the leg.
anything we just talked about for the last 15 minutes?
He's avoiding the subject.
No, he wants to come on and he wants to tell you
Did
stuff.
he mix up a batch to Luna Lane also?
You struck a nerve, TC.
Well, there's a reason why I'm acting like this. I want to know what happened to my buddy Doc Murphy. Someone please tell me this, will ya?
Doc Murphy drained Jeff's sack a
talking
couple
about
weeks
Ricky
ago.
Bittman.
Are you talking about Ricky
mean,
Bittman?
He's so
Excuse
flustered
me.
over this Luna
Yeah,
Lane.
Will someone please tell me what happened to Ricky Bittman,
We'll
please?
tell you
He's getting
after.
upset
We'll tell
now.
you off the air what happened to him because I got a text and I can't mention it on the air. It has something to do with the government and whatnot. But he also wants to know: is it a conspiracy? Did anything go on between you and Luna Lane?
No.
Bull
Why is he
doesn't kiss and
blushing
tell.
so much? I've never seen him
more-
blush like this.
Look how red you are right now. You look like a tomato.
Whoa, Bull, hey, man, calm down,
yeah,
bro.
relax.
Bull,
You don't have to throw
Bull,
the friggin'
Bull,
munchkin
calm
thing at me,
down.
man.
Calm down, or
wasn't
you
even
won't
me
make
yet.
the barbecue.
I don't care anymore.
You don't. All
Bro,
this
it's
over
me.
some playmate from '87.
Now, hey, right there. Now I know. I got the secret weapon. I'm gonna know who I'm gonna have in my corner.
No.
I'm getting
Don't
her in
do
my
it.
corner.
You have Luna Lane in your corner?
I'm gonna have Luna Lane in my corner.
Is that her
Oh, that's
name? Do we even
crazy.
know what her
No.
name is? I know it's Luann or Leanna or Luana.
Calm down.
Louie her name is.
All right,
yeah.
you know, I'm getting the wrap-up signal in my head right
Hey,
here.
what wasn't there some little? Where's that little pipsqueak that I saw running around?
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we have a special final guest that wants to come down and say hi to all the fans out there.
Who is it?
I haven't. I don't even know yet. I just know go through my earpiece.
Oh,
Oh, you
is
gotta
he
be
trying
kidding
to
me,
challenge
TC.
me?
Look at this.
Oh, as I live and breathe, I can't
my
believe who's
God.
actually.
Look at who it
And
is.
it's not
comes
Luna
trouble.
Lane either. Get
I
over
knew
here.
I saw him. I knew it. Freaking
Mr. Chicken
Golem.
Fimba himself.
Gollum
Reno.
himself.
What are you doing, Reno? Nothing much. When the hell did you get here?
Oh, I've been here.
Oh, you've been here, huh?
Yeah.
Now, what's your take on the whole Bull Montana Luna Lane situation?
I don't know.
You don't know. Were you there?
Well
Yeah.
said.
No.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you said yes first, so you were there. Were you holding the towel?
Hey, Smeagol, where's Frodo?
Oh, hey.
And on that note, you have anything to say to the fans out there, Rena, before we wrap this up?
I'd like to say hello to all the fans from TC. TC.
Fantastic. Unbelievable. Okay, Bull, any final words?
I'd like to say hello to a couple of special people. That I
Luna
said
Lane.
earlier. Special hello to Joe Ciccarello. Joe, you did a hell of a job this year. And Coach Vinny Marisolo from Melrose High School. Hello, buddy.
Wow. Okay, great. Vinny.
Actually, this goes to a shout out to a friend of mine who is battling cancer himself. Speaking of Steve, so out to Will Fiella, brother, I got your back, and I hope you get better real soon, buddy.
Hollywood Joel.
Prayers to anyone who's fighting with anything right now, and listen to the show, have a few laughs, and have some fun. Laughter's the best medicine. And
Strangler
respect to your
Steve.
mom, Steve.
Hey, thanks, buddy. I really appreciate that. Just a quick thing. I'm producing 2 different things right now, both of them in the pro wrestling world. I have a couple shows coming up for those of you in the New York State area.
Maybe Luna Lane will go.
Have 4 2CW shows coming up. 2 of them are in March on the 14th and 15th. And we have 2 in April. One of the ones in April in Watertown, New York, will be an internet pay-per-view that I'm the executive producer of. For more information on that,
Excuse me, the executive producer.
that's right. For more information on that and how you can be a part of it, you can go to www.2cw.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at 2CW, or you can follow me personally at Strangler Steve. The other project I'm working on is in Phoenix. I'll be going there starting next week. I'll be out there for about...
You're renovating Mel's Diner.
No, nothing that exciting.
Oh.
I'm producing another show for the International Wrestling Federation as we debut in Phoenix, Arizona at the Celebrity Theater. There's a star-studded lineup with John Morrison, Shelton Benjamin, and several
Colonel Bull
IWF
Montana?
stars. No, unfortunately, we couldn't strike a deal with Bull. He wanted way too much money, and we just couldn't make that happen. But for more information on the IWF, excuse me, you can follow us at We Are IWF on Twitter, or you can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/IWF Wrestling, or you can go to our website, IWFlive.com.
Unbelievable. And we have the new set. Hopefully we'll have the plans by the next time we do our podcast. And I also want to make mention that it's I celebrate my birthday in March, coming up on the 21st, so you can send gifts. Also, Vinny Capelli down there also celebrates a birthday
Exactly
in March.
1 week after you on the 28th.
Wow. Fantastic. You can do math. There we go. So we are even though we're not related, we are.
And I think Schmiegel's birthday is April 5th.
April 5th.
Do they give
4
you cake
days
in
too
jail?
late. So what we're going to do, Strangler Steve got that one. So what we're going to do is we're going to wrap up this big-time podcast, Colonel. We're going to try our hardest to get your beloved Lunar on the program, okay?
get her in here.
Your birthday's in September, which
She
you
can
remind
sit in
us.
the bullpen.
Hey, she could sit in the bullpen. What do you think about
She
that?
gonna ride
Or
the
she
bull.
can sit on my... Well, never mind.
She'll sit on your bullpen. What do you think?
She'll sit on Bull's pen.
Bull.
All right, Colonel, all right,
Watching
we got to wrap this
We
show up
gotta
here
get outta
before.
here.
I'm hungry. Let's go.
He's got that look in his eyes. All right, I'm TC Restani. This is the After Hour Experience. You can send us an email, see the information on the screen. Remember, just like our TV version, this is After Hours, and we what?
We
Yeah.
never
Never
close.